Hello and welcome to the D-Class Build Battle, where today I've brought you down to UK Hyde here in Weybridge, Surrey. UK Hyde have always been one of my preferential leather suppliers ever since I started in 2005. I'm very fortunate to have a very close relationship with them, and they supply some of the most incredible, most beautiful and the biggest range of leathers that you can imagine. I brought the guys down here today, the two team captains, to let them choose the leather that they're going to be using in their build battle cars. Come with me and let's show you around.
Hi guys, we're here at UK Hyde with Rob, who's going to show us around and tell us a little bit about the company.
Hey, good morning. I'm Robert from UK Hyde. We've been established for just about 21 years now. We've got the guys from D-Class here to come and have a look at some of the colours and get ready for the build battle. Right guys, I'll give you the guided tour upstairs and see some of the auto lux.
Fantastic.
So, this is our auto lux range. I know you're looking at a smoother leather, so this is going to be one for you.
So is up here all your smooth Nappa leathers then?
All of our auto lux range. We've got a few more, but this is just a selection of them.
You're changing some of the ranges soon, aren't you?
We are, yes. A couple of updates to them, taking out some of the colours.
Yeah.
A bit of an update. So. And obviously with the microfibres as well. You guys wanted headliner details?
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be going headliner in like a black just to keep it subtle. So one of the dynamicas that you've got would work perfectly for that.
No, sport for choice with those. Do you want to see some of the samples?
So is this just your base black?
This is, yeah. We've got 4 different options on the black. Then we're going to charcoal as well if you want something a bit lighter.
Yeah, I think that'd be a bit too light, wouldn't it, for the headliner?
Yeah.
I think that would work perfect, really. Yeah, it's not like jet. And then we just don't know with the 190 headliners, they're normally the vinyl back, like perforated or something, aren't they? And then they've got the front board. Yeah, front board, yes. So we didn't know whether we were going to go like full black and then do the front board black, or just mix it up and do a black leather front strip just to add the extra detail that it is there. Yeah. I just don't think it'd be worth putting blue up there because you're then taking another colour up that you don't need to.
Yeah. I think it had enough blue in it from the factory, didn't it?
Yeah, very blue. But obviously the factory headliner would have been like a creamy beige, wasn't it? Or grey.
Yeah. Two choice of 2 colours.
So it was quite light, so we are gonna make it quite a bit darker by adding this.
Yeah, I mean, we plan to have some carbon trim on the inside.
Yeah, that would work quite well with that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it might be a case of considering some options as like a 2-tone, really.
Yeah, sure. I'll be able to help out with that one. Carbon effect.
Oh, is that actual carbon leather? Do you know how they actually make that? I've always wondered.
It is a multi-layer, but most of it's just dye.
Oh, okay. So it would just be printed on?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you mean by multi-layered?
They build up different layers. Once you build the colours in, that gives you the texture as well.
Can I take this downstairs when we look
You
at
certainly can.
the tans? So we're used to seeing Dynamica in Mercedes and VWs. They're now quite popular in the OEM ranges, aren't they?
They are. No, they've taken the lion's share of the market in terms of OEM, and a great aftermarket supplier as well. Competitively priced, and a great product.
So how exactly is this made compared to its competitors then?
Almost identical. The only real difference is they use a water jet to get the pile effect on it rather than needles.
What other colours do you have, Rob? You've got any?
We've got a bit of a
tans at all?
selection. Closest one for you, I think, is going to be the bronze. Andy?
Ah, right, okay.
So how many colours do you stock of?
We've got 19 colours in the range at
Is
the
that
moment.
their total range?
That is, they've got a few other, but this is just for the automotive.
Yeah.
And it is available as an aftermarket. I believe the OEM is actually even more limited in colours.
Oh, okay.
So we've got a bit more of a selection. Right, should we go back and have a look at the selection of colours?
Yes, let's do it.
So our 190 would have originally been grained leather, which would have actually been one of these here. What is the difference between the grained and the newer Nappa leather?
Newer Nappa leathers, these are known as a hair cell grain, so smoother finish. Generally, a grain leather is more of a classic look to it. Also, with the corrected grain, you're going to get a much higher yield from the leather. You can hide any blemishes, any scars, bites. With a Nappa, it's going to show everything. So the raw material's got to be up to scratch in the first place.
Which would explain why it's easier. Just looking over it here, we can see imperfections in the hide and the Nappa leather, whereas in the grained, we struggle to spot them out as quickly. So what other than the natural scarring, what other imperfections are you looking for within the hides when you're choosing them?
Generally, the most uniform finish you can find, scars, bites, it depends on the area. Obviously around the flank, there's more fat content, so you're going to find it's a little bit looser.
So flank would be
the belly,
yeah,
on the underside. So
which is like this kind of area.
Exactly. So just the good thing about corrected grain is you're going to get almost 100% yield from the hide.
So then, Rob, if you can tell us a little bit about the differences and the final finishes of the leather, so it gets to this point where it's for sale at UK Hyde.
Yeah, sure. I mean, what we're looking at here, both of them are through-dyed leathers. So they're basically vat dyed. They'll do a large batch all in one, so you can almost see the colour coming through on the back of the material as well.
Okay.
The other option is a top-dyed veg tan, so it's only the top side that is actually dyed. So it's done. It involves a lot more processes, more time-consuming, and drives the cost up as well.
So is that similar to this?
That is, yeah, that's a top-dyed veg tan there.
So more than the classic colour.
Exactly, but can cause its problems with stitching. You've then got the backing colour coming through, whereas when you've got the backing dye on there. Right, Max, we've got a selection of blues there, but I think we've narrowed it down to the Portofino blue.
Yeah, so when we were originally discussing with the team, we weren't too sure whether we wanted grain or Nappa, but looking through all the samples and that, we did decide on the royal blue that you've chosen for us here. It's just a nice finish, and it should work well with all the other colours that we have going on with the car.
More of a modern touch.
So yeah, and they're really nice hides, aren't they? They're good quality. Yeah. So I think this is what we'll be going with. And then as you've added in here, that's the Dynamica samples. So I think we'll be going with the black for the headliner.
Certainly.
And it's not too dark, which is nice. So well, you can see that it works nice against the blue here.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. And I suppose there is some blues in here, isn't there?
Yeah,
if we ever wanted to, we can see. I think if we wanted to, we'd probably work towards that one for like some other areas in the car maybe, but we'll see how we get along in the designing process of it.
Yeah, sure. Right, Andy, selection of colours for you. And the carbon effect.
Yeah, this might be a bit of a head turner on that one. Thanks for these, Rob. I mean, this has certainly given us something different to think about, really. Came here with an idea of possibly going to a tan. We did have early thoughts of ivory, worried about the longevity of the ivory.
Sure. High maintenance.
Yeah, certainly high maintenance. Obviously, this would be a show car. The chances are the doors will be open. People have photos in it. We don't want to be cleaning
Tendency
it.
to look, don't touch.
Definitely keen on the smoother finish. It'd be interested to see whether we can implement this somewhere. Like I say, we're going to have some carbon finish, carbon details in the car.
Yeah, sure, bring some accents in.
Yeah, and it'd be a case of seeing what we're going to do in carbon and how we surround it. So maybe even a two-tone might work quite nicely.
Yeah.
And quite keen on this for the headliner as well. So I know you've got the black for Max. Black might be an option. Once again, it depends how the rest ties in.
Yeah. I mean, the best bet is probably taking the samples away, hold it up against your paint swatches, see what you've got in the body shop, and it'll definitely make it a lot easier.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. Really.
No problem at all.
Rob, I wanted to thank you for your time today, showing us around, showing us the leathers, and talking with the guys about what leather they wanted to use for their Bill Battle cars. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Always a pleasure having you in. It's been a while.
So I hope you've enjoyed that here today down at UK Hyde. Next time you'll be seeing the leathers, the guys will be putting them inside of the cars. Thank you very much.